The category is me, myself, and I.
What's up, dog photographer and storyteller? We're here today to talk about how I created and repainted my mini-me. And that's pretty hard to say. Because there's me, myself, and I. Oh, fuck me. So today we're going to talk about how I repainted it and put it on myself. I'm just so confused because I never had a mini-me before, and this is the first time that I have some, and I am so into dad jokes saying that I'm spending my time with myself or that I love myself. And that thought fuck me. You know what? Let's just get started.
So I already sprayed the primer on the both head, the 1/6 scale and the 1/12 scale, and now I am applying with my airbrush the skin tone color for the first layer. And I do the same for the 1/12 scale. One of the good things with the airbrush is that it kind of dries faster, so I can easily just come back from the in the 1/6 scale to make it a little bit more intense. And I'm just gonna let it dry and apply maybe 2 or 3 layers of it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna apply the first layer for the black hair. So I know that I have shorter hair, and if you see my first video, you can tell that I had once upon a time, a long time ago, long hair. But the thing is that I have the kind of hair that grows, you know, like defying every gravity law. So I thought, you know what, since it's a mini-me, let's go for a little fantasy. But if you watch the first video that I've shared about the tight body, you can see that I have sort of the same length. Now I'm gonna get into the little details inside the hair. And I use a smaller brush to make sure that I can apply it without damaging the skin tone and the skin tone color. Now you can see the head that have the hair done and the skin tone done. I have applied a layer of varnish, and I'm gonna just take time to add some blushing inside of it. So dark brown for the inner eyes and all the shadow. And with the cleaner brush, I'm gonna blend it all. The 1/6 scale is done, so time to get into the 1/12 scale. Okay, so now that everything is done, I'm gonna apply the black color to the beard. Wasn't sure when I made the models that when it's gonna be printed in the 3D, I wasn't sure that the beard's gonna ended up looking good for the 1/12 scale because it's so small. It's about maybe 2 centimeters, something like that. But I'm really happy that it had sort of printed all the details inside of the beard. The beard is done, so now I'm gonna apply the black color for the eyebrow. So the hair is done, the beard is done, the skin tone is done, the blushing is done. We're gonna apply now for the lips. So as you can see, what I usually do is to put some water on the brush and then use the what is this called again? Watercolor pencil, and with the water is gonna make it look like a little bit of paint, but sort of more thinner. Now we're gonna add the white and focus a little bit more on the eyes. So I've tried different technique on the 1/6 scale. I tried to use the point of a barbecue stick to see if it was easier to apply the white inside the eyes. Well, it didn't work the way I wanted, so I had to get back to the brush. So I kind of painted out of the box and painted on the skin, but I'm gonna show you later on how to fix it if you're using it, because there is always a solution for everything. And in that case scenario, I already had applied some varnish. And now how to fix the mess. I use a brush and I put some water inside of the brush, but not too much, just to remove the excess of paint that I have out of the eyes. I keep a tissue on my hand, so that way I will be able to remove the excess of water that I have on the brush when I already have removed the excess that I had before. The excess of paint that I had, just to make sure that we all got the information. So I let it dry, I applied a coat of varnish, and now we're gonna add the brown dot for the eyes. I found it a little bit more easier to use a barbecue stick, the point of the barbecue stick, to create that round shape. So for the 1/6 scale, I'm going with straight looking forward eyes, and for the 1/12 scale, I'm doing a side eye. And I added a little bit more of black on the hair because of the blushing that I've done before. Some of the blush did ended up on the hair, so I really want to have the black dark hair. And I do the same for the 1/12 scale. Now I get back on the eyes to add the black dot at the center of the eyes. Okay, so now that we have done mostly likely everything, it's time to add more details and more depth to the 1/6 scale eyes. Starting with the corner of the eyes, you know, this little pink, reddish stuff that we have at the inner corner. Oh, I just realized that I had a light that just was turned off. Anyway, so now I'm applying brown with black to mix it together, so that will be, so I will be able to have a more defined eye line. also with that same color, defining a little bit more details on the lips, on the corner, and add some strip on the lip. Oh, and the eyelashes, of course. So I've already sprayed a coat of varnish, and I'm gonna get back on the lips to sort of kind of blend a little bit more the lines that I've made, because I don't want it to be too harsh. And the final blushing. I like to do that. It's kind of a recent stuff that I like to do, because it kind of go over all the makeup, and it kind of adds, I don't know how to tell that, but sort of more realism, if that makes sense, because you have, you know, the varnish that kind of fade the blushing during the process, especially when you do it at the beginning. So I like to come back to it. I don't know, it just feels like the head sculpt is having a little bit more life in it, if that makes sense. And now we're going to do the final coat of varnish. So as you can see, I'm not using Mr. Super Clear because I know that everybody uses Mr. Super Clear, but I found this one so much easier to use. It doesn't have any smell, it doesn't feel like toxic or like you can just have a cancer of it. So I like it. After 3 coats of varnish, I am now adding a little bit of medium gloss on the lip because I don't want to have sort of a pulpy, glossy, Barbie-ish, whatever lip. So I'm adding just a medium gloss varnish. And I'm using UV gel gloss for the eyes. And voila, I have made a mini-me. So I put myself on, I love to say that, I put myself on a TB League M32 because I love the shape of it. It's not too hunk, too muscular, and I just love the shape of it. It just suits me a little bit better, you know? And just for the record, because I have to say that, the body, you can find it, it's a silicone made. The skeleton is made out of stainless material. It is super flexible, as you can see on the photos. The body costs maybe around 50, between 80 euros. And the head, well, when I printed it, it costed me 4 euros. So you do the math. This is almost the same price we pay for Barbie made to move. I mean, that's just insane. This is a 1/12 scale, by the way, just right here. Anyway, so that's the reason why I wanted to have sort of the 1/12 scale, because the mini-me and mini myself is gonna be on one other account that has already been created. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, the account is called Ellie_the_doll, and I'm just basically gonna share and participate to any event that I can find and get my hands on, because I just love that principle in the doll community to have event that you can all get to know each other. So that was pretty cool, and I thought doing a 1/12 scales mini-me is gonna make me more able to create content with different action figures that I have that are 1/12 scale. So that's one of the reasons. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the makeup, the tutorial and everything. And Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that shit. You know how it goes. You know what it is. So if you want to support the channel, just go with it, because I'd like to be supported sometimes, but you know, who doesn't, you know? Anyway, so thanks again for watching. Hope to see you soon. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram to get updates. And love ya. Bye.